to clarify a common misquote that I heard a lot growing up. And that quote is that money is the root of all evil. That phrase is wrong and it's misquoted a lot. In fact, the phrase is actually, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And there's actually more to that verse, and it talks about how people had wandered away from the faith to chase money, and they had pierced themselves on their transgressions, meaning when they got it, either they got the money but it wasn't worth it, or chasing it led them astray. And regardless of whether you believe in the Bible, I think that this verse holds true. Now, just so you know where it's at, it's 1 Timothy 6:10, if you want to look up the verse yourself. But this verse is very important if you read it the correct way, because it says that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And it's important because growing up, I was told that money is the root of all evil. And I think that it was misquoted by my parents simply because we never really had any money growing up. We weren't on the street, we weren't poor, but we were broke. I mean, we never had extra money. We had our bills paid, but not really anything beyond that. We never went on vacation. We never really had nice things. I mean, we had some around Christmas, but that was about it. And so I think that this phrase being kind of misconstrued is very common. I've heard it many times since I was an adult from other people, and it wasn't until a while back that I realized that that was being misquoted. The problem and the importance of the two viewpoints is this. If money is the root of all evil, then all Christians or people who want to do more with their life than just chase money shouldn't ever have it. You should just live as a monk. You should just sell all your possessions and you should live on the streets, or you should be a nomad essentially. But I don't think that that's what the Bible is saying, because if you read the phrase as is, for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, then you're saying that it's the action of loving it. And it's not that you can't have money, and again, this is just my opinion, but it's not that you can't have money, it's loving money. The problem with loving money is that it leads you astray, kind of like the second part of that verse says, and the second part of that first sentence where it says all kinds of evil. So money is not the root of all evil, it's the root of all kinds of evil. So it's not, the reason why everybody ever sins, and it leads to specific things. See, here's the problem. If you love money and you chase it, it becomes an idol to you, right? And if you believe in the Bible, it says to have not any other idols before God except for God himself. Well, anything that you chase, anything that you spend all of your time, energy, focus on, and you just chase that thing all the time, it starts to become an idol if you're not careful. When you put money as an idol and you chase money, it starts to lead into sin. And there's a lot of different things that kind of play into that. So let's talk about the two parts of how that comes about. The first part is, if you love money and you chase it, it leads you to do things that are unsavory. So a lot of times people who want money and they love it tend to do things that are not on the up and up all the time, or even if they do, they don't always have the right intentions. And this is why a lot of crime is in lower income neighborhoods, because people lack money, so they basically want to go the wrong ways about it to get it quickly. They rob, they steal, they sell drugs, and I have nothing against those people personally, right? I wish that they'd find a better way, but because they need it, even if they just need it, not that they want it, but they need it, they go about it the wrong way, they commit the sins. So in that pursuit of wanting money, they go the wrong way, right? And I've never done that in that sense, but I have done wrong things to attain it, as in, I used to have a marketing business and I promoted products, and at first the products I promoted were only ones that I cared about. But over time, in trying to make more money, I started just promoting any kind of product, even products that I didn't really agree with, because I wanted to keep making money. And eventually it caused me to collapse because people stopped having trust in me. So that love of money, I chased the money and it came back to bite me in the end. So the pursuit will cause some people to sin or to go astray. But the second part of that, say that you actually do get the money, okay? If you attain money in the wrong way, then you have to continue to attain that money in the wrong way. It's not like you just suddenly, oh, okay, well, I got it by doing this thing, and now I'm just going to do this other thing that's good instead. No, well, you could, but rarely do you ever hear that, if ever, right? The people who tend to attain it the wrong way, like I was, where I was promoting these bad products, I just started promoting these products to make money. And at first I was making money, and then over time it just cut off because people stopped believing in me. And I don't blame them. But when you chase that and you attain the money, well, then two more things happen. One, you will continue to do the bad thing because you will start to actually be successful. So if you're successful, you'll continue to ramp up that thing to make even more money. So this is why, again, drug dealers, and it's just an easy analogy. I'm not picking on them. They start out small. They will sell them, and then they start making money, and then they start having other people sell them, and they make more money, and then they just kind of go up this chain where they're making more money. It's almost like a pyramid scheme, really. But you make more and more, so then you perpetuate that. So because you love the money and it's coming in, you just do more of those bad things. Now, the flip side of that is that if you love money and you lose it, then you become desperate and you try and fight that much harder to get it. Right? And so you do even more of those bad things. So it's like if you win, you do more of it to ramp up the income. And then if you lose it, you ramp it up to try to get it back. So it doesn't matter. It's a double-edged sword and you lose either way. And this is why loving money is not a good idea. This is why I and many other people advocate for doing things that you will genuinely care about. It's okay to work at a job that you hate, but if the job is a legit place to work, then there's no shame in that. It's okay to not like that. Find something else in the meantime, but work your job. The job is a legit thing. But if you're doing something that is unsavory and you know that it's not benefiting the world to do it, then I'm just going to say that it's probably because you're focused on the money aspect of it. And if you know that it's wrong or you hate that you're doing it, find something else to do. I don't know. I really want the best for you, so that's the only reason I say that. But essentially, I wanted to just break that down. That this verse is commonly misquoted. That money is the root of all evil. No, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Because if you love money, then you will try to attain it, sometimes in any way necessary, and that just leads you astray. So essentially, you can have money as a Christian, as a non-Christian, doesn't matter who you are, you can have money. And it's okay to have money, especially if you're a good manager of it, if you're a good steward of the resources you've been given by God or you've earned through your work, that's fine. But if you love it and you're going about it the wrong way, that's not okay. So I would suggest that you find out what that is and find another way to go about it, and find something that you can do that is honorable or that you will love, that isn't going to harm someone else or bring the world down in some ways. So anyway, I just wanted to break that up. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in another video. Take care.